Dave's Game Studios here with a new developer log. We have a big update and it's updated on Steam already for whoever has the Steam key. Pre-early access for game testing purposes. We have figured out a way to create somewhat of a building system. You're gonna love this. So we're gonna do a smaller playthrough showing you a little bit of that. Half hour, maybe 45 minutes time frame. Notice we no longer
can't stay here forever. You're gonna have to build up your own place. Up the path there toward the cave where you mine, there's an area you can build you up your own home.
So now this is gone. This awning is gone. Because now you're actually able to build you a place to stay. The starting point was just a temporary get you started, but this isn't your home. Turn the music off. As you already know, you go through, collect your recipes. You know this is given, but you're gonna need to get enough to get pickaxe and your crude hatchets to start with, because without those two things, you're not getting very far. I would recommend starting with a pickaxe. The core concept is still the game, but the building system is what's new, and it's also the shining star, because that boat you see there, down the road, you're gonna have to craft it before you can even ride it. So we'll probably move the recipe that's in the boat just to the side of it.
We sail the waters
The bear's throwing a fit already. He doesn't like that I'm collecting stones. So we're going to do what he says. We're going to go over to this area up by the mine. I'll snag this recipe right here real quick. So between about 6.5 hours or so yesterday, with help from a friend on Discord, of troubleshooting and figure out a way to make this work, and revamping the whole system in the game. Today we have this, and my sign's glowing a different color on this one. I guess I gotta fix the textures. All the rest of them are doing good, but if you notice, each sign says something different. Log cabin construction. That one's not supposed to say log cabin construction. I'll have to fix that. Chopping block construction. That's probably what's wrong with it. Cooking rack construction. The furnace construction. And forge construction. Yeah, this one here. That's the chopping block. Yeah. This one here is supposed to be the saw table construction. Why it didn't fix, I don't know. Maybe it did change, but just may have to re-import it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build our pickaxe real quick, and we're going to go up and mine some material. So let's get our crude blades made. Shy by one. Should get enough to get that made up at that stone up there. We always have a random stone sitting by. I'll get more done on this tomorrow, but I'm after this video gonna take a break for the day and eat, relax. It's supposed to be my day off, and I'm doing game developing on my day off. Of course, I do game developing on my day on too, so I guess it really don't matter. There we go. Go ahead and minus some rock over here. We're going to need them for the wooden shafts. I've also noticed the building editor, the dungeons that's made with the building editor, they seem to move randomly during editing the level. Ultimately, I just may have to go in and manually model the dungeons in a modeling software and then import them in that way, which might be a better way of going about doing it anyway. That way the models are one big model instead of, and then I can just add the doors in. But that's going to take some time if that be the case. And the first dungeon's fine because I did it differently, but the second and third dungeons are just not working the way I wanted them to. So that'll be another update. But this update I just did, this is a big one because now this is going to bring life to the whole crafting purpose of the game. Okay, my logs. Okay, good. And I'm gonna have to mine some more rock because now I don't have enough rock to make the. That's okay. There's one right here. We'll need the shafts though to. Crude hatchet blade. And then we need a crude hatchet. Alright. Yeah, these two tools are your most basic important tools at the beginning part of the game, because without them you can't cut down logs, and you're gonna need those logs. You just can't do a lot of crafting without them. I'll be sure and fix that white colored sign. Why it's not texturing right, I'm not sure. I'll just re-import it and fix it. Alright, so we're going to start here. Saw table blueprint. Let's see what it gives you here. It gives you the planner. Without that planner, you're not going to be able to activate the saw table sign. So we'll go back over here to our little area. Where is our little area? Yeah, we're going that way. Get lost in my own game. Insufficient. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, special note. To be able to use these planners as what they need to be, you first got to drop them on the ground. That way it registers as you pick it up when you collect it. And then it will work. There we go. Okay. And then you go in there, you click E, begin crafting. So now what's the next one? This one here is your log cabin. That one you're not going to have the components to build. Let's see, what's this one over here? This one is the chopping block. Well, that one's not too hard. So let's see here. Chopping block blueprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have enough logs, maybe? Apparently not. Let's go get some more logs. Hopefully the planner's set up right. There may be a couple of bugs I need to get working. There, a random log laying on the ground. Huh. So yeah, each station is going to have a different type of recipe that it can build. The salt table will be for like wood, and the cooking rack will be for food. Obviously the forge will be for smelting, furnace for clay items, and right on down through. Alright, so we'll do this again here. Okay, So the chopping block is not working. That means I got the collectible settings set up wrong on it. Alright, well, what's the next one we can do? Well, I guess we could venture and do this one here. We need to craft the campfire. I need more flintstone. Let's go get more flintstone. As you know, not all recipes make crafting stations. A lot of them are just items. So that standard still stays. But a lot of the items that are crafted, you're going to need to make a lot of the crafting stations that's going in. By the end of tomorrow, hopefully I'll have the new drying rack for animal skins in. That's on my to-do list. And it seems my... oh, there it goes. That one just finally respawned. Of course, without the chopping block, I won't be able to make firewood. So I will have to fix that. But I just wanted you to see the concept of the building, the way the building structure is going to work. We're going to need to make some more wooden shafts. So we're going to need more of the flintstone. I need to go get more logs. So let's go get more logs, shall we? Yeah, if you guys think this is a game that you're going to be able to jump on and, oh, I'll be able to go through that game quick, and that's not one of those type of games. This is a survival crafting game, which is, if you know anything about survival crafting games, they take a while for you to build up. As you see, my health is already, I mean, not my health, but my stamina is dropping, my hunger is dropping. Speaking of which, that'll help the hunger for a little bit. So that's a little better. And those will help the stamina. So that's better. I'll go to the lake and take a drink after I'm getting this wood. And right now the building itself, the log cabin, is not 100% craftable the way it's supposed to be, because we're going to do pieces like a roof, foundation, walls, windows, all that good stuff. I've got a lot of work I got to work on it. These guys are mad because I'm taking all their wood. They're using all that wood there as shelter, and I'm taking their shade trees. They're mad at me for it. Well, these trees are supposed to be respawning. I'm not sure if they are or not. If they aren't, I'll go through and have a look at the settings on them. Looks like I'm out of logs on the shaft, so I got 8 of them. And this costs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, perfect. There we go. So this is what this should have done, is it should have created one of these. So now we're gonna go back to our little area over yonder. Now if I wanted to, I could literally set up everything in the game that you see in the scene, building wise and everything, with this system and make everything in it constructible. Maybe give me a shout out or something there. Let me know what you think, if I ought to do that. If you think that would make this more filling. But I mean, there will be more that I'm going to be adding into it anyways. So oh yeah, remember we got to drop it on the ground. That's the only downside of this. It doesn't work automatically from the inventory without dropping it, because you got to turn it into currency by dropping it, but it works. And there you go. There's our yeah. So now we can go ahead and add our campfire, our crab meat. And bam. That's all there is. There ain't no more. So yeah, so that's how that's gonna work, and that now that solves the need for a placement script. That solves the need for a building script, because I just figured out a way to bypass it. So this right here will be a log cabin. There'll be a log cabin. These will be sitting on the outside of the log cabin. You'll have your forge furnace here. The chopping block will be over here. Crafting rack somewhere on the outside, and inside the building there will be craftable areas and additional stations and whatnot. Furniture that'll be craftable. I'll have a fence around the yard. It's craftable. It's just not all in yet. So that's what we're working on. Thank you for your time. If you haven't, like and subscribe to our channel. Bring your friends. Wishlist us on Steam, the Survival Quest Dungeons and the Beast. The more the merrier. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for your support.